Hello, this is Dry Oasis. I'm your host. And these two, as always, are my two co-hosts, Kirby and Sirlex. Say hello, Kirby and Sirlex. Hiyo! And I hope that you've all had a great day so far. And if not, I hope the rest of your day is better or tomorrow is better for you. Anyways, time to get on to the game. And yes, I've been playing a lot of Pacopia. And I just really want to not play that game right now, because it has been such a rush. One of my favorite games recently, but I just really want to get on to playing and defeating this game now. Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. Today we're going to see what up with the last one. And it's going to be a turnabout for the ages. Let's get into it. Man, I haven't played this game for over a month. Close to 2 months. Turnabout for the ages. Okay. What is this, Jaws? Okay. Wait, I've never realized that is that painting. Ah! Oh, no. They say he's got to go, Moose. Moosilla? Bullzilla? Oh, no. There goes the grand building in Tokyo. Go. Bullzilla. April 6th. 2 a.m. Big Building Plaza. Man, I wish it was April 1st, so the Mario... I could get this into the Mario movie timeline. Wait, this is 7 days ago. Big Building Plaza. So what's next for the great Miles Edgeworth, huh? Wait, you are serious about not being a prosecutor no more, ain't ya? Yes, I am. No longer a prosecutor. It's hard to believe, and yet I can't stop thinking about what Mr. DeKiller said. Me either. Congratulations on another case solved. Yet I can't really say it's been fully resolved, can you? This isn't over. Still don't know who the mysterious figure in the red raincoat at Gourd Lake was. Or who really wrote that letter. We've been dancing to somebody else's tune this whole time, but whose? Still can't let it go, huh? You're like a dog with a ding bone. Both of y'all are. Don't say the words let it go. We might have a princess in our heads. Thank you very much. Well, I got me some reporting to do. So I guess I'll catch y'all some other time, I guess. Wow, you have a new story to chase already? You're trying to patronize me, girly? You bet I got new stories. More than you can shake a stick at. Your reporter always had 3 or 4 leads bubbling away in this old scoop pot. Somebody, please. Oh, what now? Please, you have to help me. Huh? Do I know her? What's the matter? Has something happened? There's the body! It looks like almost like a monster might have. Monster? Well, I'll be. Anybody else smell the sweet, sweet smell of a scoop soup? This way, hurry! What the heck with a lot of hearts? Running animation? Yeah, I'll go before the wind. What's happened now? What indeed? I suppose there's only one way to find out. Running! April 6th, 10:05 a.m. Big building. Empty lot. Huh? These look like... Yep, footprints. This right here is photo gold. Footprints? But how big would a creature have to be to leave prints like that? Mr. Edgeworth, look! Wait a minute, what? Shilong Lane and... Is that the president? Shilong Lane. What's he doing here? Wait, the guy on the floor, that's... No. Xuan Wayne, the president of Xinfa. Ooh, Shilong Lane looks very angry. Mission Lane. Mr. Prosecutor, how do you get here so quick? What is going on here? Huh? You don't think that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out myself? We can't blame him for being on edge, I suppose. The leader of this country is dead. Speaking of which, the body is lying inside one of the footprints. What on earth happened to him? Monster! Monster? What the heck? What the heck y'all want me to say, huh? There's monster prints, mister. The big old bad Torosaurus done stumped right through here. I ain't never seen a adventure sure or nothing. Toro, what? And I suppose you mean you are sure? This right here is the scoop to scoop all of the other scoops and bury them 10 feet deep. Man trampled by a giant monster. They'll leave with they'll leave with that in every paper from here to Honolulu. Ridiculous. There's no such thing as monsters. Wait. The order is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I am Dijuan Wayne. Your efforts on behalf of Xinfa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis. You're the assassin we've been looking for? In a sense, yes. A certain someone did indeed hire me to carry out a contract. That contract did indeed specify that I was to assassinate President Wang. Did he finally manage to? Did you discover the body? Yes, that is, What are you doing, Agent Lane? Lying Z says, begin at the beginning, with the first person to arrive at the scene. Well, did you really just discover the body? Yes. Go easy on her. Can't you see she's scared? I don't think he's in on the mood to go easy on anybody. Ha! Nobody's getting it easy today. Do I have any idea who that is lying dead over there? That's President Wang, the leader of Xinfa. Hold it! Please, Agent Lane, you don't seem your usual self. In more ways than one, in fact. When we first met, you had more underlings than I could count. And you were known for your unrivaled arrest rate and your cool head under pressure. Now, the underlings are gone and you've forgotten the fundamentals of police work. What happened? What? Girl, what did you just say? Shouldn't you be looking over the scene instead of accusing the first person you run into? Or is it me who's forgotten the fundamentals? Gah! I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. I was just about to get started. Good. That seems to have calmed him down a little. We should take a look around too, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, I think we should. At least until the police arrive. I'm not strictly supposed to conduct investigations anymore. Don't nobody need to do no looking around. I done told you all this. It was Torosaurus. My name ain't a lot of hearts. But wait. Not who did this. What did it? Yeah, that. Are you quite finished? We have an investigation to be getting on with. Step aside, please. You can't order me around no more, mister. You step out of my ways more like it. Don't mess with here, scoop of mine. There'll be heck to pay and then some. Excuse me. The woman who found the body. Where do I know her from? You're Mr. Edgeworth, right? Do you remember me? Oh, yes, of course. We met, that case. No, wait, you two know each other? Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. From somewhere. Great to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Wow, I never knew you had your own adorable little assistant. I'm Penny Nichols. Assistant? Her name is Penny Nichols. How dare you? I work over at Global Studios. I'm in charge of props. It's nice to meet you. Ah, of course. One of my old cases involved a murder on the set of the Steel Samurai TV show. She was a member of the crew and thus a person of interest. Our paths must have crossed several times while that was going on. And yet, I'd completely forgotten her. She's not really rememberable. It's good to see you again. So if you're here, I guess that means... That's right, we're here on location filming for Global Studios. It's kind of a big feature, to tell you the truth. I was first in today, wanted to make an early start. But then I noticed something was wrong. Footprints and the body. We'll take a closer look at the body in just a moment. In the meantime, can I ask you to notify the police? Yes, of course, right away. We'll need to speak to her at length a little later. But first, let's get over the scene. Go over the scene. There's plenty to look at besides the body. We need to examine everything in detail. Big building. Empty lot. Is this? Go over there later. What is it now? Can you all see I'm busy? Girls need some room to work, you know. Why are you so obsessed with the idea that this was a monster attack? Monsters don't exist. Surely even you know that. What do? You don't know the heck you're talking about. Torosaurus is real, dang it. I know that for a fact. For a fact? How is that possible exactly? Because, I done seen him. What? You saw Torosaurus? Where? How? Heck yeah, seen him. Big Bad Bull himself. Right here in front of me. I was up on 51st floor at that big building just yesterday, right? Gathering materials for your story on the underground action. Yes, we remember. Well, ain't you just Mr. Memory Lane? That's right. I didn't see him, right? When I took that photo. The person in the red raincoat. The person in the raincoat. Mr. Rinker, right? Yep. Y'all see that blind rider there next to the little Miss Rink red coat? Well, guess who was on the other side of it that very moment? That's right, Torosaurus. There's nothing there. Well, I can't really capture every dang thing. It was just a little too far away, that's all. But I'd seen it all, right? Boy, did I. Torosaurus's big ol' eye staring up right at me, peeking right through the window. Right in, out the window. Window peeking monster? Anyhow, I don't got time to be shooting the breeze with y'all. Got snaps to snap, reporters to report. Quit bugging me, will ya? Come on, get! The entire story was ridiculous. You didn't believe a word she said, did you, Mr. Edgeworth? Is it that obvious? I'm sorry I got a little upset before. You were working here alone? That's right. I came before everybody else so I could get everything ready. But as soon as I walked through the gates, I saw the footprints. Monster prints first thing in the morning. That must have been a real shock. It was. There were when I left yesterday evening, I'm sure of it. So the footprints must have appeared late last night. At first glance, I thought maybe they were part of the set. But then I got closer and I saw that somebody was lying in the middle of one of them. You didn't notice until you were right up close? Yeah, my eyesight just seems to be getting worse and worse lately. I think I need new glasses. I didn't notice it was a body until I was right by it, which is why I got so shocked and ran away. It must be when we bumped into her. So you're shooting a movie? It wouldn't happen to be a Steel Samurai movie, would it? Not that I'm very curious in that show. Nope. Oh. Wah, 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 wah. This one's a creature feature. You know, the Torosaurus movies, right? I'm afraid not. You'll have to forgive Mr. Edgeworth. He only cares about the Steel Samurai. That's not... Hey, that's alright. Not everyone's a fan, but they soon will be. He's back after 12 years of silence. The big bad bull himself, Torosaurus. It's the first Torosaurus movie in a long time, so the crew's super excited about it. The parts of it are set here at the big building, so we've been shooting on location. That explains what we saw yesterday. That must be what they were filming. So does Torosaurus smash the big building into pieces in the movie? I bet he does, right? Wouldn't you like to know? But you'll just have to wait to find out in the theater. Here, you can have this if you like. Oh, thank you. An epic rivalry is born. Torosaurus versus Gordy. Gordy, really? Gordy? Huh. That's right. It's not just Torosaurus on his own this time round. He has an arch nemesis. You know Gordy, right? The monster from Gourd Lake? Oh yeah! Wasn't everybody talking about that a couple of years back? The mysterious creature in the lake. It showed up in that one couple's photo. Not only were people talking about it, it played a major part in one of my cases. Not a name I'm too wild about hearing again. The director's fascinated by the stories, which is how Gordy wound up in the movie. A little behind the times, but better late than never, I suppose. Just wait till you see those two legends tearing into each other on the big screen. Nice. I think we need to learn a little more about the security situation here on set. Miss Nichols, is the set kept locked overnight? Yeah, we use one of these. Combination lock, huh? So anybody who knows the code can get in and out. Why was the lock in place when you arrived this morning? Yep, everything was locked up tight when I got here. Who knows the combination? Oh, the producer, the director, the crew, the actors. Basically everybody who's working on the movie. So any member of the cast or crew could have opened the lock and entered. Well, what's this? What's this? What's lying on the floor? Miss Nichols, where does this exit lead? Onto the grounds at the big building. In another case with direct ties to that same building. Big building, jotted down in my organizer. Auctions. Huh? Look at the chain and padlock. Huh? Look at this chain and padlock. Oh, look at that! Somebody cut the chain. They did. I'm sure it was still intact when I left yesterday. I'd say it's possible that this is where the killer entered from. Eek! What? What's the matter now? Look at that huge dent. How did that get there? You're right, that is a big dent. It would have taken a sizable object to make it, and a heavy one too. That wasn't like that yesterday either. Wasn't? Guess that means the dent must have been made last night at some point. The scene in front of the trailer here looks like a monster costume. What? That's a costume? You're sure the creatures that made these huge footprints didn't just shrink or something? Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. This thing in front of the trailer here, it looks like a monster costume. A costume! Time to look. Really is him, huh? Certainly appears to be. Same man we met only a few days ago. So this time the president really did get assassinated. That is what happened. The assassin certainly chose an attention-grabbing method. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. What's this? What's this? This horn on the floor. Huh? What's this white thing here? Wait, it's a bone. Does that mean 2 murders? Looks more than a horn than a bone to me. Don't we have a piece of evidence that might tell whose horn it might be? Eureka! This could be one of Taurus's horns, couldn't it? You're right. Totally could. Maybe it's part of a prop from the movie? It is. If it is, it must be something pretty big judging by the size. What's doing on the ground here? Should ask one of the crew. Maybe they'll know. No obvious wounds. But he's definitely not breathing. So it really was a monster. Trampled by a giant creature? Impossible. Huh? There's something stuck on the front of his clothes there. Yes, speckles of yellow substance. I bet it's monster drill. Yeah, that must be it. Please, Kay, can you at least try to be sensible? We'll need forensics to tell us what it might be. Alright, that looks to be pretty much everything the body can tell us for now. Better take note all of it down. So, Mr. Prosecutor, we meet again. Yes, we saw you at the detention center the other day, too. Stuff happens. Ha! Yeah, you really have a habit of showing up in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're a bad penny, a bad omen, and a bad smell all rolled into one. Just out of my way, okay? I've got a president to avenge. Man, sad son. You were already at the scene when we got here. Why? What were you doing in the area? What am I? Suspect? You might be. Look, I heard a scream and came running, okay? Guess it was our friend from the crew. Came in from that gate over there. Somebody already got rid of the lock for me. Not completely. I can still see it on the floor there. Perhaps I should take a closer look. When I got here, I saw a movie girl running out of the other gate. In other words, he arrived right around the same time we did. So you have business here at the big building? Something like that. A date with destiny, let's call it. Similarly enigmatic when we saw him at the detention center. Let me guess, you're a huge Creature fan, so you came to see them filming the Torosaurus movie. Creature features? Why do you think I am? Not the type of person who thinks a creature would have done this, I hope. I'm sorry about the president. You have my deepest condolences. Thanks. He was a great man. Xenophile will be lost without him. You and he were close, correct? It all started when he hired my father. That was our big break. Our family kept him safe. That was our most important duty and our most sacred. He gave my father medal after medal. They had to come up with new ones just for him. In the end, there was no medals left to give, so he made us the keepers of his last will and testament. Those medals, that duty, they're our greatest pride, our family jewels. Never thought we'd be concealing that will so soon. Wow, sounds like your family and the president were super close. But wait, when that whole thing happened back at the lake, you weren't with the president then, right? Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, our family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It was like he became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit. I wonder what happened 12 years ago. But regardless of what happened, I still respected him. Xenophile might not be a big country, but he held that place together. Damn it! What was the security detail thinking? Imagine you've already contacted the town. I imagine you've already contacted the embassy? Of course I have. The government. And my family. They'll be going crazy right now thinking about what needs to happen with that will. Things will be getting crazy here soon too. Those bodyguards will be all over the place. If you're not a fan of trouble, I'd leave before they get here. Look, Mr. Prosecutor. These days, I'm a one-man outfit. A lone wolf. They won't be letting me lead this investigation. But I've still got fangs. And I can still bite back. I'll find whoever did this. And I won't let you or anybody else get in my way. The combination lock on the gate leading to the plaza was intact when Miss Nichols arrived. But the lock on the gate leading out to the side of the big building had been cut. What does this tell us? Easy, that the killer used the side gates. Precisely, and it tells us something else important too. Namely, that our culprit didn't know the number for the combination lock. Right, it would have been way easier to come in that way if they did. But instead they chose the classic thief's route, the lesser-known side entrance. This is no run-of-the-mill criminal, Mr. Edgeworth. We need to keep our wits about us. I'm not sure we should be excited by that fact, Kay. Anyway, we know that everybody working on the movie knew the combination, which makes it likely that our culprit wasn't a member of the cast or crew. What else can be gleaned here? Nope. This horn, do you recognize it? Huh? Oh, that's part of the fun of Torosaurus's horns. It's from a model we use for promotional stuff. Where did you find it? On the ground near the side entrance. That's weird. We keep a replica of Taurus's head up on the roof of the trailer over there. And it's quite large, I assume? Oh yeah. Well, not as big as the real thing, obviously, but it's still pretty big. It's just up there, see it? Huh? What's going over there? I see Maya. Right there. That really is big. Well, found falling next to the body. The head's usually... Hey. Okay. Well, there's a bunch of really cool stuff around here, huh? Because it is. It's all for making the movie. The costumes, equipment, everything. Treasures aplenty. I'm in heaven right here. I got gifts and gifts and whatnot. I got plenty of things galore. Some of this equipment could be related to the murder too. Better look it all over carefully. What's this big metal stick thing? Is it for climbing trees or something? No, it's a camera crane. It's used for filming from an elevated viewpoint. There's no camera currently attached, but it would usually be positioned at the top there. Gotcha. Sounds perfect for casing a place before a burglary. Casing a place before a burglary. Burglary. And if I go ask somebody about borrowing it? Mind if I go ask somebody about borrowing it? And how do you propose to transport it if the answer is yes? Easy. You take the bottom part, I'll take the top. So I'm helping now? And if we go one little step at a time, I'll be back at your place before we know it. And we're walking it back to my house? This looks like equipment used by the lighting department. Oh wait, just remembered there was something I wanted to ask you. Could you maybe light me up when I'm doing my next robbery? Help me look super cool? You want me to shine a light on you while you're committing a crime? You bet I do. What's so weird about that? What's the point of me doing my great thieving in the dark? The folks in the cheap seats won't be able to catch a thing. See a thing as well. Wait, you're imagining you'll be committing this robbery in front of an audience? Both the dent in the fence and the broken horn weren't there yesterday, according to our witness. Which leads me to wonder. Wait, you think that the giant Torosaurus head could have... I do. I think it could have rolled off the trailer roof and landed in the lot below. Seems more than possible. No, It also means there's no sign of a murder weapon anywhere. Oh yeah, there isn't. No, this is still only a possibility. But what if the Torosaurus head somehow fell from the roof up there? Yeah, that could kill somebody for sure. Miss Nichols, would you mind if we look at up on the roof of the trailer? You want to go up there? Sure, I don't see why not. Knock yourselves out. Oh, but don't do that literally. The subs can be kind of slippy. Alright, I'm done here. I found out what I need to know for now. And what might that be, I wonder? Hmm? Move, old man. Move, old man. What did you say to me? You need to learn some manners, kid. I'm drinking milk. You wouldn't like me when I'm drinking milk. No, you need to learn when you're in the way. Quit whining and get out of here. What the? I'm so sorry about him. Sean, apologize to the nice man. Come on, Sean, you know you can't speak to people like that. Whatever. Who the heck was he? Policeman, that's you. Why would you antagonize him like that? Grr. I thought there was gonna be trouble for a second there. I don't think I've ever seen anybody standing up to Agent Lang like that. Oh, let me introduce you all. Everybody, this is Sean Fenn. He's the star of the movie we're making. Star? This little boy? Hi there, I'm Kay Faraday. It's great to meet you. It's great to meet you. Sean, this is Miles Edgeworth. He's a prosecutor. A prosecutor? That's right, and a pretty famous one at that. If he's a prosecutor, where's his badge? He certainly doesn't pull any punches. You, might not want to get too close, Sean. That's right. It's no sight for a child. But he's involved in all this nonetheless. You need to speak with him. It was Sean, wasn't it? Do you mind if I ask you some questions? Are you really a prosecutor? You just look like an old guy to me. I am. Old guy? Charmed, I'm sure. Badge first, then we talk. I don't have my badge right now. Huh. Then how do you expect people to believe you're a prosecutor? Gah! Woo! He's not the friendliest, huh? You want me to try talking to him? Why not? I doubt it can hurt. Never was good with children. So you're an actor, right, Sean? Yeah. So what? That's amazing. You're so cool. It's not that big of a deal. His approach seems to be having an effect. So, those horns of yours. Yeah? What about them? Oh, those the makeup department made them. The character he plays has a special psychic link with Torosaurus. The horns allow him to communicate with his giant friends. Isn't that right, Sean? Just shut it, will you? They don't need to know all that stuff. Sorry. Well, the power dynamic here seems pretty obvious. Well, so that's kind of amazing, huh? lead character in a movie while you're still in elementary school? That's crazy. No, I'm in kindergarten. Oh, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Sean's actually 13. He just looks a little younger. What? But look at him. He's so little and cute. And the backpack, I just thought... The backpack's part of his costume. He's playing a role, remember? Yeah, I guess he is, huh? But he is kind of small, you have to admit. Well, we try not to talk about that too much in front of him. I said stop telling people stuff they don't need to know! I'm sorry. So it's all part of the role? Except for the cartoon of milk, maybe. The dead guy. That's the president, right? Yeah, you knew him? A little. I met him once. He's meeting with presidents now? Guy was a real piece of work. Hey, you can't say that. It's not nice. What was so bad about him anyway? Huh? Don't want to talk about it. Fine, I guess. Oh, President Wayne was working with us on the movie. Working with you? How exactly? He had a part, just a cameo, nothing big. So he came to look around the set one time. That would have been when Sean met him. We put the president in your movie. We heard he was a huge fan of the original Torosaurus. So the studio offered him a little role. They figured it would be good PR. Last thing I need is amateurs on my set. I told you before, Sean, you can't talk about people like that. And I told you to shut your mouth. Guess he's none too thrilled about the idea of performing alongside non-professionals. Oh, here. What's this? Oh wait, from yesterday. Photograph. Yeah, just got them printed. Keep it if you want. Wow, it's such a great picture. You brought it especially for me? That's so kind, thank you. No, I just happen to have a spare. That's all. I hope you don't mind me asking, but can we take a look too? Oh, sure, here. So it was taken yesterday. No footprints, and certainly no body. Actually, would you mind coming up there with us? Oh, sure, after you. So this is the mighty Torosaurus. Huh? It looks different from before. Here, he's way cooler on the flyer. What's with the weird nose ring on this model? Oh, I forgot. You two are Torosaurus fans. This is the original Torosaurus design from 12 years back. Huh? So, what's this one on the flyer? That's the all-new Torosaurus. They gave him a makeover especially for the movie. He looks so much more contemporary now, don't you think? A makeover? He's totally different. This one's... it's all just... a cow. Well, he is just a cow. Or at least he was originally based on a cow. He's a monstrosity. Monstrosity? Yeah, the cow, man's best friend. Imagined as a terrifying monster. Totally makes you think about her whole relationship with nature, right? That was the original concept. I think the concept might be a little lost on me. Me too, I'm afraid. I must cover this evening. It's a wooden table, sadly collapsed. Parts of it are barely scorched. That's weird. The head should be on that table. But the legs are broken. Guess Torosaurus isn't going back on there now. The scorch marks look particularly bad where the legs snapped off. I think there might have been a fire up here. Do you think that's what happened to the legs? Yes, and when the fire had burned through the legs, the table would have collapsed in the head. Would have fallen down onto the ground below. You're right, the fire caused the head to fall. Indeed. And I also happen to have an idea about how the fire we have started. Those cans of paint thinner by the heater are pretty flammable. Not a great place to keep them. You're right, I'm sorry. I'll make sure somebody moves them. But the stove didn't get used yesterday. Not while I was here anyway. Which makes the question of what could have started the fire all the more interesting. There's a heater here. Do you think it's to keep the crew warm or something? I would imagine so. It's spring now, but the evenings can be still pretty chilly. It really gets in your bones. Same here, man. Same here. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You can't start talking like an old fogey. You already look like one. You don't have to. You have to talk young and bright and happy. You may not have noticed, Kay, but that's not exactly my style. The model was made for promotional events, just stuff like that. So people would remember the old Torosaurus and realize this was a reboot. Yeah, he does look different. People might not get it otherwise. Just as we thought, his horn is broken. So the model really is what killed the president? I think it's a distinct possibility, but there's one thing that I don't quite understand. What's that? Miss Nichols, the model looks very heavy. How do you move it around? Come on, it comes apart. If you know the trick, it's not so hard. But I guess if you didn't, you might struggle to figure it out. If you happen not to be a member of the cast or crew, for example, once in pieces, could one person move it? Oh yeah, even I could. Maybe not very fast, but I could. Interesting. Well, modeled on the first generation Torosaurus design. Seems like it fell off from the roof of the unset production trailer last night. Sure, I remember that face from somewhere. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I know this cow. Funny, I was just thinking the exact same thing. You know it from the president's plane, of course. From the auction. So, President Wings of Plushie was a soft toy version of the original Torosaurus. Could this really be just a coincidence? Interesting. There's nothing of interest here. These look like cans of paint thinner. I guess they were being used by the prop department. Used by the prop department. Look at the ground around them, Mr. Edgeworth. It's all burned. Indeed, as it in the blue sheet underneath. As is the blue sheet underneath. And the nearby newspaper and the outside of the cans. Wait, do you think the Torosaurus head can breathe fire? Nah, this old guy doesn't look like the fire-breathing type. That's not even possible, let alone likely. So the fire was started somehow. body surrounded by pieces of smashed up concrete. Yes, they look to have been thrown clear when the ground was broken. Phew! Sent flying by the mighty impact of a giant creature's foot. Sure, assuming this was the work of a giant creature. Monster footprints. The concrete was broken and the earth exposed, but are they really footprints? Just look at the shape. I know a hoof when I see one. Only one thing that could There's only one thing that can possibly be a footprint of an enormous, terrifying beast. And it's not just one. There are three. These are cloven hoof imprints were found at the scene. But you know that's impossible, don't you? You know that monsters aren't real? Sure, I probably know that somewhere deep down, but it's way more fun to believe they are. Our job is to pursue the truth, Kay, not to believe what feels more fun in the moment. Hey, these are those plastic sheets you put down when you have a picnic. They're plastic sheets. That much is true. But I don't think that's what they're used for. Want me to explain, Mr. Edgeworth? Those are waterproof sheets. We use them to protect the camera when it's up on the crane. If it starts raining while we're shooting, we can just cover up and keep going. I see. So they must be pretty big, right? Oh yeah, they have to be able to cover the whole rig. Wouldn't be much point using them otherwise. The weather was pretty patchy yesterday, so we wound up using them quite a bit. Phew, finally. Alright, I think that's just about wraps up our preliminary investigation. So he was killed by, yes, by a falling Torosaurus head. At least that seems the most likely explanation for now. It came down right on top of him, huh? You're about to use yourself. Well, they took their time, but here are the police. Here they are, the police bodyguards, the whole gang. Mr. President! It's still a little late for that, don't you think? Curses, who did this? Whoever it was made a big mistake. But I promise you this. They'll pay. I'm on their trail already. What? What do you mean? Our president may have been murdered, but that doesn't mean that extraterritorial applies. The local police have jurisdiction. Luckily, I know the right people to talk to. And I just got myself seconded into the case. Literally one-man outfit or not, I'll be working this one. Sounds like you already have an idea of where you like to focus your inquiries. More than that, I've already caught scent of my prey. Take a look at this. It's a printout from a security camera on the viewing platform at the top of the big building. That's... It's pointed at the elevator that leads onto the roof, so it records everybody who goes up there. And in this particular case, it recorded the president and his murder, clear as day. What was Judge Cavell doing there? Saying he suspects her of the murder? But murder goes against everything she believes in. Security camera footage that had showed it done in my organizer. Agent Lane, perhaps you could explain your thinking on the matter a little further? Not so fast! I heard a little rumor while I was over at the big building. It was about you, Edgeworth. You're not a prosecutor anymore, are you? Which means you don't have jurisdiction here. But you want to cross-examine me while I explain my thinking? Why would I agree to that? Curses. Hey, don't be like that. You were the one who was just talking about being a lonely one-man outfit. You know what? Maybe it should be you explaining your thinking to me. How come even though you're not a prosecutor, you're still sticking your nose into this case? It's a valid question. Why am I still here? Perhaps I can clarify that with a question of my own, Agent Lane. Why are you so desperate to catch the person who murdered President Wang? Because above all else, you're an investigator. You're an investigator, correct? Hey, don't go doing that, whatever you call it. Roundabout thinking. I'm desperate to catch a certain somebody myself. Person who orchestrated a murder at the big building yesterday. Person who put Kay's freedom in jeopardy. Who put her in grave danger. That person is out there somewhere right now, lurking in the shadows, laughing. And until I cover the truth, make that person pay. It doesn't matter if I'm a prosecutor anymore. I'll keep fighting. Find the truth, and don't give up until you do. That's a rule I live by. That's a rule I live by. Ha 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 ha! You may have the look of a smart guy, but you're a fool just like the rest of us. A fool? How dare you? That was just what I needed to hear. Fine, you're in. I've lost my minions and you've lost your fancy title. But it seems neither of us is prepared to give up on this investigation. Now, seeing as we're both so stubborn, how about we go head-to-head and thresh out the details? I'd be honored. But be warned, I won't be going easy on you. I have an assassin to catch. And you're not even getting... And not even you're getting to catch in the way of that. Of course, I would expect no less. Let me show you the truth I tore from this case with my bare fangs. But I'll let you know in about 8 minutes, since I need to take a little break. Of what I suspect Gavel. After these messages, I'll be right back. Alright. Back to where I was. Looking at Long Lane. Look like he's over farming. Yeah. Alright. Back to where I was. Alright. Why am I doing that? It's me that needs to work. Alright, so this church friend of yours met the president up on the roof. Top. Here he goes. Just like good old Santa Claus. Then she pushed him, and he landed right here. This all happened the night before last. The people had all been cleared from the viewing platform, so it's just the two of them up there. That pretty much sums it up. No doubt about it. She killed the president. They were there completely alone? No bodyguards? None. I checked. The security detail had no idea he even went up there. He must have gone in secret. Maybe it was a conversation they didn't want anybody to hear. What kind of conversation? How were the two of them even connected? Seems the president spoke to the owner of the building ahead of time. He had him set aside the viewing platform just for the two of them. And it was the president asking. I guess the guy wasn't about to refuse. So the last person to see the president alive really could have been... Yep, Gavel. Did you say your name was? Her. His argument certainly isn't completely without merit. But I noticed at least one glaring hole in that reasoning. That's where I'll need to focus my counterattack. Hold it! It's entirely possible somebody else was up there, surely. Yeah, what about the cotton candy stand? Not so fast! The owner of the building received a request from the president himself to clear the area. He knew there would be serious trouble if he messed up, so he went to work as quick as he could. He cleared everybody out, and I mean everybody, including your stupid cotton candy seller. How dare you say cotton candy's stupid? Still, it wasn't enough. If it had been, the president wouldn't be lying there now. Hold it! How can you say that for certain that the two really met? Yeah, so the plan is to come in swinging, huh? I've seen worse approaches. Dominate the battlefield, counter your opponents. Very move. It's a tried and tested strategy. And not what I was intending at all. But this battle has barely even begun, Mr. Prosecutor. So shut up and buckle up. Hold it! The night before last? How can you be so sure of that? Pah! If you're not so sure, take another look. Take as many as you need. This picture is from the camera up on the viewing platform, like I said. The camera doesn't lie. That's from 2 nights ago. Objection! I have a picture of them both entering the rooftop area. Nothing from after that point, I assume? No, there's only one camera, and it's pointed at the elevator. You can't see the viewing platform itself. Still. This is where the murder happened, I'm sure of it. The president really was killed 2 nights ago. Then his buddy would have been here in the lot this whole time. Taking a little moment there, Mr. Prosecutor. We'll save it. I'm not done explaining. Not even close. Hold it! No doubt about it. Are you certain about it, that? Ha! Of course I am. place, the time, everything points to the woman in the picture. Place and time. Interesting. Agent Lane seems to believe that the president wound up in a certain place at a certain time, and yet... Yes, I think I'm starting to see the problem here. So at least one major... Yeah, I see. Objection! Shilon Lane, former star agent of Interpol. How the mighty have fallen. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? That's the same for you too, bud, of being a prosecutor. What? Take a look at this picture. It's a behind-the-scenes shot of some of the cast and crew. Look at this photograph. Why is this? What the heck is on Joey's head? Look at those smiles. Well, maybe not Sean's, but you know what I mean. And it was taken only yesterday. What? If Judge Cavell did really kill President Wayne the night before last, the body would have been clearly visible in the background of this picture. What? Perhaps you should have taken a little more time to speak with those involved. After all, thorough witness interviews form the basis of any good investigation, as you should know. I don't think I've ever seen you so happy, Mr. Edgeworth. You really do love backing your opponent into a corner, huh? Huh. Fine, you got me. I must say it's been a while. Well, I almost missed it. Perhaps if you tried to stay a little calmer while conducting your investigation in the future. Huh. Don't push your luck, Edgeworth. Things he says. Screw you anyways. The righteous think you're of wolf's last 100 years. I won't be coming down anytime soon, not until we've caught the president's killer. I want the same thing we all do, nonetheless. The body appeared last night. You have to accept that now. There's one other thing you'll need to accept. The president didn't die from a fall. That's right. He was crushed by the falling head of a giant monster. The incident occurred here on the movie set. Not at the top of the big building. Not so fast! Says you, but that's just your theory. The game theory, no less. I'm not about to give my own because of it. But it literally can't have happened the night before last. We just proved that with this picture. Did you? What if your friend Cavell pushed the president at the big building the night before last, and then came down here to the movie set and hid the body somewhere? Here, but where? There's all kinds of stuff down here. Costumes, equipment, you could hide it anywhere. Then come back a day later, last night in other words, and take it out again. We just need to check the lot for trace evidence. We'll soon find where she put it. Objection! There won't be any need for that. What? This piece of evidence proved that Judge Cavell can't have hidden the body. Take that! Both entrances to this lot were locked, and we already know that the chain on this side on the side gate was cut only last night. Grr. Judge Cavell had no way of getting in here to hide the body the night before last. Grah! But the murder has to have happened 2 nights ago. Why are you suddenly believing that? Because, if you remember, that picture was a printout from a video. And there was more. I still suspect Cavell. There's footage from a few days and minutes after your friend went up on the roof with the president. So, shows her heading back into the elevator, alone. You know what there's no footage of? The president himself leaving that roof. There's no other way he could have gotten down from the top of the building that high. Unless he was pushed by Cavell. Say the president was never observed returning from the viewing platform? Yeah, the camera was pointing at the elevator door the whole time. If anybody else had come up or down, it would have been up on that tape. In other words, the presence of the camera ensured that nobody could have left unnoticed. I see. That's not good news for Judge Cavell. Finishing from a rooftop hundreds of feet in the air, yeah, that's a tricky one, alright. Indeed, even the Yatagarasu can actually fly. Well, not yet anyhow. Just need a little more practice. Please don't tell me you think you can learn. That's funny.
Hold it!
I wonder if there was another way he could have gotten down.
Not so fast!
Not so fast. He was 50 stories up. Don't be ridiculous. The elevator was the only way down. It's that simple. If you want to take my theory apart, you'll need some sharper tools than this. Would there really have been no other way of leaving the viewing platform? Well, Mr. Prosecutor, are you about convinced? There's no other way the president came to be lying here. First save. Objection! The secret auction. Actually, there was another way. Apart from the elevator, what do you mean? You're not about to tell me you flew? You didn't need to. It was much simpler than that. Assuming the president knew what we know, of course. Namely, that the big building has a hidden 51st floor. What? That's right, a hidden floor. With a hidden entrance on the rooftop. If he had left that way, he couldn't have needed to ride the elevator. Not so fast! What? But you said it was hidden, right? That it was a secret? How would the president even know about it? It's an interesting question, and one I don't have an answer to just yet. For now, this is just a theory. So what are we talking about exactly? What is this hidden floor of yours? Feels like the kind of place your little ninja friend would happily spend time in. No, I hid it there. Don't make me go back. Unfortunately, Kay's memories of it are far from happy. There's a secret storeroom up there where they kept the lots for an underground auction. The whole sordid scheme was uncovered just yesterday. An underground auction? What the heck are you trying to say? That President Wayne was involved somehow? I don't have any proof, but I certainly think it's a possibility. Yeah, based on what we've seen of him, he totally seems the type. Urgh! Eek! He'd never do that. Not the president. Illegal underground auctions? No, he'd have nothing to do with it. Nothing. Huh? What's getting into him? I hope you two are feeling lucky. Because when people start seeing stuff like that, I start biting. Biting. Eek! Huh. She ran away. You know nothing, neither of you. You have no idea how much the people love him. How well respected he is. Is that really true? I guess we know what lurks behind that seemingly respectable public face. But the people of Zingfa clearly don't. I wonder if I should tell him the truth about his beloved president. No, what good would it do? It would only upset him more. Forgive me, Agent Lane. I didn't mean to upset you. We spoke out of turn, both of us. I can only apologize. Apology accepted. Reciprocated. I'm sorry I got carried away. It's alright, Kate. You can come out now. Sorry. It's fine. It's not you I'm upset with. It's the animal who killed the president. Well, ain't you a fine figure of man? All patriotic and shut. Gotta tip your hat up to that sort of thing. Fuck. What are you talking about? Well, I got good news for you, Mr. Patriot. Real good news. What? Ain't no way in heck your pal the president knows the downstairs via 51. Really? I was hunkered down there in that storeroom the whole dang time. I was peeled like oranges. Of course. She would have already snuck in by that point. Thanks. That's very useful to know. Well, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Guess my theory still stands, which means I'm not budging an inch. Nobody saw the president after he failed 2 nights ago. That's a fact. But it's also a fact that the body appeared only last night. Could the president have fallen from the roof 2 nights ago and only been found today? That seems a little slow as falls go, wouldn't you say? Sure, there are questions that still need answering. I'll give you that. Then I guess there's one thing we can both agree on. Oh yeah? What's that? The question of exactly what happened here yesterday will require further investigation. Yeah, I guess we all know for sure that the body and the footprints appeared during the night. Agent Lane, we'd like to hand the body off to the coroner if you don't mind. Fine. He's all yours. Just take care of him, okay? Oh, and one last thing. What? Oh, and one last thing. What? Footprints near the body. I mean, footprints in the footprint, if you will. Little ones in the big one. Human footprints in the monster print? Interesting. And what kind of prints? Sir, they were child's footprints, about the size of your average elementary school kid. What? Huh? Elementary school? No, it couldn't be. What now? Mrs. Nichols. Oh, I didn't mean to butt in, sorry. Was there something you wanted to say? What's she so scared of? There's something I have to tell you. You'll probably think it was pretty awful of me, but I'm sure it's nothing you need to be quite so nervous about. Well, what is it? Last night I came here. What? Eek. So you mean you came back to the set? Why? Well, I was worried about him, so I came back to check. Check on Sean, I mean. Sean, the boy? Makes sense. Yes, you see, he stayed behind on Zonas last night to rehearse. Wow, he really takes the job seriously, huh? Well, this movie is his first lead role. And he's trying so hard to make it perfect. So you might have seen what happened last night. Around what time was this? Let's see, it was already after 10, I think. It looked like it might be about to rain, so I got a little worried and came down. When I got here, well, you saw something, didn't you? Yes. Sean was there on his own running his lines. And towering above him there was this long, like really, really long neck. Neck? Yes, its skin like an enormous worm. It was like a dinosaur. Oh, you mean, it must be. Gordy, good old Gordy. You didn't give me the slip last time, you slimy old lizard, but I got you now. What? No, Gordy's involved too. Yeah, I think you might be. I was surprised as you are. Although, I guess Sean was practicing being the kid who can communicate with monsters. Oh dang, you're right. He could have been communicating for real with them little horned doohickeys of his. Right, but it seems more like he was kind of looking up and talking to him. It's like they were friends. It was pretty weird, right? Tintin is heard running the monsters in the mall. How could he shut in his best friend? And you're absolutely certain that's what you saw? Oh yes, but only for a moment. I was so shocked I just turned and ran. Well, how about that, Mr. Prosecutor? Another mysterious beast to contend with. Don't tell me leave this nonsense, Agent Lane. Ha 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 ha! The monster angle's neither here nor there. But I think we have a pretty good idea. Now, who we need to speak to next? Mr. Mr. Fen. If he really was here last night, then there's a good chance he saw something. My thoughts exactly. The prosecution calls Sean Fen to the stand. Sean ran off just a moment ago. What? We need to get after him. April 6th, 10:54 a.m. Big Building Plaza. God, where the heck did he go? Maybe he just went home? You're right, they won't be doing any filming today after all. Sure, or maybe he went on the lam. Nah, you're just overthinking things, Shirley. He's a child, Agent Lane. There's no way he killed the president, not on his own. But who said he was on his own, huh? Maybe a monster gave him a hand. Maybe he summoned one of his creature feature pals to help him? Yes, very funny. I'm not saying the kid did it. Not for sure anyway. Not yet. But he's our most important witness right now. And we need to find him. Mr. Edgeworth! Hey, it's Gummy! Oh, yeah. He ran away. What was that about? Ha! Well, it just goes to show that your police force can't be trusted. Are you saying you intend to continue investigating the president's murder alone? Yeah, so what? Well, last time we saw you, you had about 800 other agents helping you. Sure, but I told you, I'm a lone wolf now. You got a problem with that? I don't need lackeys, and I don't need friends. All I need are these fins right here. Keep things nice and simple. No lackeys. No friends. Anyway, catch you both around. They just gunned on interesting. And it sounds like I got my work cut out for me. Two big species on the prowl. Hoo-wee! It's raining scoops. Hallelujah, it's raining scoops. Amen. If I don't catch at least one, I ain't no shorter bug worthy of the name. I'm running. Wow, this all got kind of complicated, huh? It did. The torturous footprints were bad enough. Now Gordy? This might as well be a movie. Well, then we better get our monster hunting shoes on. Suppose we had... Huh? Who's that? That's one of Agent Lane's old team. We've come across a few of them in previous cases, but this one's on his own. Excuse me. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, long time no see. 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 Shut up with that. How come you're not with Agent Lane? Shifu? He's not technically my boss anymore. Really? What happened? Remember that case from a month ago or so back? The Yatagarasu case. How could we forget? You made kind of a big mistake there. Came about as close to aiding and abetting a serious criminal as you can come and still keep your job. Indeed, I guess that was pretty close. Well, being Shifu took full responsibility, so they disbanded our team. Wow, that's harsh. But it explains why he's now a lone wolf, as he puts it. So, what are you doing here? Well, to tell you the truth, I was worried about him. I think he's been chasing ghosts. Ghosts from 12 years ago, to be precise. And chasing pavements? Well, that too, maybe. 12 years ago? What does that mean? Sorry, I already said too much. I'd better be on my way. Bye-bye. These ghosts of Agent Langs. Could they have something to do with the case we're currently investigating? Well, it looks like everybody left except us. What do we do now? Good question. This heart went off monster hunting, and I guess Agent Lane is busy trying to track down Yan Shan. Perhaps we should try investigating another angle. What kind of other angle? Maybe a Kurt angle? Can't wait for WrestleMania 42 this weekend, even though I'm not that hyped. Somebody needs to get Judge Gavel's side of the story. Oh yeah, you're right. What did she say again? I guess the trial will be beginning right about now. Indeed, I think we better head down to the courthouse soon, do you? Alright, let's go. To be continued. Knowing that this one is probably going to be long and drawn out. Yeah, I think this might be a perfect ending right now. So yeah, this has been Dry Oasis. I've been your host. And these two have been my two co-hosts, Kirby and Snorlax. Say goodbye, Kirby and Snorlax. Hi-yo! And as always, you can catch me on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, Discord, or Blue Sky, all under Dry Oasis. I've been your host, and let's see here. Ooh, somebody's TCG Card Shop Simulating. I haven't played that game in a long time. Alright, I hope that you've all had a great day so far. And if not, I hope the rest of your day is better or tomorrow is better for you. See you later and take care. Bye-bye. And now to end the stream. End the stream. I guess I will just end the stream.